since you now obviously you knew that you could hear your grandma, you were pretty sure that that was your grandma that you were hearing. After that, were you more open or able to hear now voices from spirit again? Were you kind of more, or still kind of trying to block it out?
So of course I'm human. Of course I thought, no, did I really go through that experience? And I really questioned it. I remember at the time I was going to church quite a lot. And I remembered I was trying to work out what was going on still. I had post-traumatic stress and I was in a wheelchair. And I remember going to church that Sunday. And I remember that particular conversation I had with the vicar at the church, sort of saying, this is what happened to me. I can now hear in voices and I'm starting to see things. And I think I was scared the living daylights out of him because he's like, oh, no, no. We don't believe in that here, blah, blah. And I thought, well, if we don't believe in that here, where do I take this? So that was a journey in itself. I pulled away from the church because I found it difficult. First of all, I started going to Bible classes thinking, is the Bible right? And I went down all the avenues. I really did. Different religions, different cultures. I'd been brought up in a very funny way, different cultures, different stepdads from, different, the Judaism, the Rastafarian, the Italian Catholic, all different backgrounds. I've been, oh my God, my mother-in-law's a Quaker, my partner's Jewish, my children went to a church at England school. I mean, come on.
Yeah, you've got a good bunch of everything, basically.
I mean, now we were saying, when we look back at life, we see why things have happened, and I can see now why I've lived certain lives, and and why certain things have happened, and I totally get it. But yeah, the voices became more. I could hear the voices more, started seeing more, and then I knew I needed to do something about it. And someone then mentioned about you should do Reiki, they said to me. I was like, what the hell's Reiki? I don't know. And I was like, oh. So I was like, okay, maybe I'll have a little look at it. And I remember I went to Holborn City Lit down in Holborn, and I trained with the Reiki. And then again, I started doing the Reiki and learning about chakras. And I was like, what the hell is a chakra? I had no idea. I didn't know what was going on. Everyone's going about this energy business. What are they talking about? I had no idea. And so I decided then, that was the moment that, maybe I should look at energy, what's going on and stuff. And so, yeah, I did the Reiki course, and doing the Reiki course then opened up another avenue where I started hearing voices and hearing information about the body. And I was like, what the hell's going on? I started hearing, I had a client with kidney problem, talking about energy. My laptop is like saying to me, energy wise. So there you go. I just put it in. And that's what happens, it drains the energy source. Phones turn upside down, computer screens, you name it. And then started doing the Reiki, and then organs started talking to me, and I'm like, oh God, what does this mean? Spoke to my Reiki teacher, and she said, oh, you're a medical intuitive. Went off to studying that. And then I started feeling organs in my mouth, and my tongue would work around the organs, and I could see what was going on. Yeah, I know, it's bizarre.
Wow. Yeah, I've never heard that one before, but interesting. Okay, so okay, let's just explain this.
Sorry.
You said you feel organs in your mouth?
Yes.
Or like okay.
So the structure, the actual physical structure. So I remember I was working on one client, and she, I asked them not to tell me anything, and she literally had something going on with her kidneys, and I actually 1 minute then could feel the kidneys sitting on my tongue, not obviously the full size. I don't know what the sizes are, but I'm sort of I'm medical intuitive, but I'm not a doctor. I'm not medically trained, let me tell you. And I could just start feeling the shape and form, and it felt as if there was something not quite right. And I came up and I trained as a counsellor, so very careful in my wording and what to say to this person, and started talking to them. I said, have you seen a doctor? Blah, blah, blah. We started talking, and she said, yes, they pinpointed the area. And I said, can I just tell you where I think it is? And I told her, and she said, yeah, you're spot on. So I was like, oh my God, now why are you giving me body parts? What the hell? I mean, we could go down a whole new avenue. It was like strange. And I was like, okay, fine. Now, yeah, I dabbled in that for a short time. That sometimes comes into play when I'm as a psychic medium and stuff. And today, with my mediumship skills, sometimes I taste food in my mouth that the person on the other side would have loved to eat. I love that when that comes through. And then sometimes I smell, if a tobacco smoker, I can smell the smell of that, or lavender, or there's certain smells. So there's a whole, they've been working with me for a long time, I'm 52, come on. So they've used different areas of my life to train me up. So
you're 40 or something. Yeah. I think with working with spirit definitely gives you a bit of a kind of boost, isn't it? All that energy.
Yeah, so crazy. Yeah, so it all started coming online, different parts of me, and seeing also spirit as well, but mainly hearing, and mainly the clairvoyant is the big thing, and feeling. There's a bit of everything. So because it really depends on the person I'm sitting with, depending on how I'm communicating with them. It's no good saying something to them that they might not understand. I have to be able to work with that individual who sits in front of me. So and obviously the person on the other side as well, you have to accommodate them as well.
Yeah, and kind of use that lingo that the person would
understand.
Yeah, and which is what what I really love about you is how because you have you've studied in both worlds, isn't it? You've done the counseling and the psychology, but you also done the intuition and the psychic mediumship. So you can really just attune according to the person, whether they're a little bit more logical or a little less logical. And you can
because I have clients that might be a business person from a different, because I'm global. So, I had someone the other day from Singapore, and they have a chain of hotels, and they're very logically thinking, and they come to me with a business question, and I'm like, what do I know about business? So I go out to one side, and then, hello guys, can you tell me what's going on? And then they'll come in, and I have to watch my terminology. It's no good sitting there saying touchy feeling words and using the senses when they're going to be looking at me, I've come to you about a business thing. And so they'll come to me with figures and other things, and I'm terrible with maths. So, I've tuned out, and they've come in, and they're helping me. So you have to adapt to the individual. And also, because I'm an animal communicator, so animals don't work like that. I've done remote viewing where I've tried to find a cat somewhere, and with cats, they're very different from dogs, where the cat, if I'm working telepathically with a cat, like, where are you? They take forever. One cat in particular took me around the bush. It was I don't literally mean a bush, but it took me hours to actually get to where they were. And I said, look, if you don't meow shortly, they're not going to see you or hear you. You need to. And he was showing me that it was near a skip, and I could smell the cardboard box. I could taste the tuna in the back of my mouth. I love tuna, but I didn't need to do that. I didn't need to feel that. Thank you very much. But I could see there was a tin of tuna that had been opened, and this cat was sitting there in this box. And, the cat had been missing for 3 days. So the cat had gone down the 3 days of where it'd been. It told me it'd seen the buses. It told me it'd gone to the pond. And I'm like, is that where you are now? No. Well, come on, tell me where you are now. So you've got to be adaptable. So, and they work very much with picture form. So luckily the vision, I get the block sort of pictures and stuff, but they get quite freaked out. A lot of the cats are quite freaked out when I pop in and sort of, hi, and telepathically they're alive. They're like, and you're like, it's okay, calm.
Oh, wow. That's interesting that they work animals and humans who have passed over, all humans who have passed over work differently. But this is the cat that wasn't dead, right? That was a cat that was just lost.
And I did the remote viewing and worked telepathically with a cat. Oh God, I've had hundreds, and dogs, and it's crazy.
Amazing. Wow.
A lot of cats have gone missing during the lockdown. A lot of cats have decided they've had enough of their owners. Sorry, that's really bad.
I'm not surprised.
I can't say I found all of them. That's totally being honest with you. There's some cats that haven't wanted to return back to their owners. They've wanted to live somewhere else.
Cats have a mind of their own. Yeah, they're really independent. So
you gotta love them. You gotta love them for it. But I love them.
Cats are my favorite. Yeah, that's one thing I love about cats is I know people love dogs, and I love dogs as well. But I think when a cat comes to you and actually sits next to you, that means the world, because it's like, they normally don't do that. They're so independent, but when they do, it's just,
And then when they've had enough of you, you know it. Yeah, I know. I've had cats, dogs, you name it, the whole snakes, I've kept lizards and everything. So yeah, I can imagine.
God, yeah.